Hi, here's a look at the material that we're going to need to build our basking table. We used to have the white PVC, but it got really yucky, so it's time for a new table. This is actually the black furniture grade PVC that we're going to be using. It's called Formufit. We purchased it at Home Depot. We have the 1/2-inch tubing, and they came in 5-foot sections. Now the amount of tubing you'll need will depend on the size that you need your table to be. We actually also used 3 90-degree elbows, 2 slip sling tees, and 3 three-way elbows. We have a lot more than that here because we're actually building 2 tables. From Amazon, we purchased the zip ties and the aquarium grates. I also want to mention that the black PVC is more expensive. It's probably 2 or 3 times more expensive than the white PVC. But it also does come in extra colors, other colors, and it looks really cool, so we figured it was worth the money. Okay, so now the build is actually pretty easy. You really just need to measure, cut, and assemble. Again, the cutting is going to depend on what size you need your table to be. Just connect the grates. We got 2 of those aquarium grates, we hammered them together and connected them, and that was the top. Then we went ahead and connected the tubing. We used 2 90-degree elbows, which those were the ones we used in the back, and then we used 2 three-way elbows, which we used for the front. Our legs are 15-inch tubing, and then the sides were 9.5-inch tubing. Next, we got ready to work on the ramp, and with that we used 2 of the slip sling tees, and then we used 1 9-inch tube, and we just slipped those through and connected them. While my husband continued with the assembly of the table, I went ahead and got to work on cleaning out the tank. Put the turtles in the bathtub so they're just chilling. They're actually pretty big. The shell is about 5 inches wide and 7 inches long, and we've had these turtles for at least 20 years, maybe longer. I don't even know. We've lost track of time. But a new basking table, we're actually doing 2 basking tables, so that will be perfect for them. So we continued on with the ramp now, and we used 2 8-inch tubes, 1 4-inch tube, 1 90-degree elbow, and 1 three-way. We went ahead and connected the 2 8-inch to the slip tees that were already up on the top there, and then on the bottom went ahead and connected the 4-inch tube to the 90-degree elbow and the three-way elbow. And the reason we have the three-way is that's the one that's going to lead to the leg, that's an extra leg that's going to go down on the bottom to kind of keep the ramp up. For the grate we used on the ramp, that was actually, we trimmed that down to 10 inches. The next thing we did was we just went ahead and connected all the zip ties around the ramp and the tabletop, tightened them up, and then trimmed them. So we finished our 2 tables. Now we bought 4 5-foot tubings, and we don't actually have enough for that extra leg that supports the ramp. We're going to go ahead and use gray PVC that we have around the house, and we're going to cut that at 12 inches. And we're ready to go ahead and set up our tank. So we went ahead and put the 2 tables in there, and it turns out there's not a lot of room for swimming, but we'll go ahead and make the adjustments or just put them in another area for swimming. But a big thing for our turtles is having that basking area, so this works out perfect for them. You can see down below I have a little like file container. It's a smaller one, a file box or a little mini crate, and that I'm going to use for them to have just kind of their little cave. So that's the other thing that they really like. So let's go ahead and fill this up with some water. Okay, so now I've put the turtles in the tank and placed them on the basking area. So far it looks like they're just going to chill and they love it. And this is my bigger one. And now they're getting ready to take their first dive. It's funny, they're doing it together. So here's the brave, the more aggressive one. She's not really aggressive, but she's the braver one. And she's going in. And originally we tried to make the ramps kind of offset each other. It doesn't seem like it worked out that way, but we'll make the adjustments. We could make the ramp thinner, not as wide, but then it just kind of defeats the purpose because they're getting pretty big. It's also not as sturdy in the back. You could put some tubing on the bottom of that, but it really makes it a hassle for cleaning. So I'll just pop some rocks back there and support it a little bit better. But here's the second one, not as brave and kind of clinging on, but going in for the dive. Cool. So these are my 2 red-eared sliders, and they're just still able to swim. They're not big swimmers anyways. Like she's already just kind of chilling, hanging up there, getting some air. Or this one is already starting to head for the cave. And they're just, I guess they're so big, they're just kind of loungers, and that's why the basking area is so important for them. So super cool, lots of fun. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I think the black, and even with us having to use the gray on the tubing, I think that it just gives a nicer, classier look to your tank. These big rocks, I live in the middle of the desert, so I've got tons of big rocks out here, and that just kind of is able to hide the some of the black crate below and stuff, and support that cave. So I hope that you find this video helpful. I will go ahead and add some details down in the description box so you can check that out, and thanks for watching.